and I am also at the base of those as well.
Okay, Kat.
This is directed towards the central. But when you do mess up, what are the things that happen? Like, what diseases do you cause? What problems occur? Does that affect the spindle fiber's job? How does it affect the cell in general?
In general, well, the only thing that I have anything to do with is the chromosome, so it would be some sort of DNA error. So proteins may be synthesized differently, it may be entirely different proteins, and I do not know what exact effect that would have on the cell.
Will this, when the cell reproduces, will this affect the overall organism that you're in, considering you're an animal cell?
Yes, it potentially could, provided if we knew the error, I would be able to provide a more accurate response. So, not knowing the error that could form, I cannot give an accurate response at this time. Victoria. Oh, Michael, then Victoria?
So this is directed at the spindle fibers. You're saying that if you don't do your job, then cancer could form. Are you saying that with the many times that cancer has formed, that's because you have not done your job, and if so, why do you not do your job that often?
No, I'm not saying that if I don't do my job that cancer is going to form. I'm saying I check the chromosomes to make sure that they all have their pairs. Because if they don't all have their pairs, there's a possibility that they could start to form cancer. Not that if I don't do my job, cancer is going to form.
But how is it that it does form? Is that because you don't do your job?
I don't know if it's not necessarily my part in causing the cancer, but
I'm not saying you cause it, I'm
Yeah, I
saying
know.
that you allow it to happen.
I don't think I allow it to happen. Yeah.
Haley?
So if you mess up, how badly is the spindle fiber's job affected?
Spindle fiber's job is not necessarily affected. Like I said, cancer cells, they reproduce really, really quickly. So, in other words, she goes into overtime, but not by her own choice.
But you said that you directed like where she went, and so what happens if you send her somewhere she's not supposed to be?
I do not know an exact response to that question. I will have to gather more research. Leonie?
My question directed to spindle fibers. So when you say you check to make sure the test is chromosome, what if there's not, what are the even number of chromosomes except for there's only one?
Then I believe it's my job to help find them a pair.
Victoria's been waiting. Victoria?
Alright, my question is directed to the centriole. At the beginning of your speech, you mentioned that you will make the separation of cells better. Do you have any specific examples of how you will do this?
Well, lead by example is a commonly known phrase. I do duplicate myself. I help separate other things. And it's very similar, separating the nucleus and the cell. They're very similar. I believe I could do a very good job. Does that answer your question?
No, not really. You said you'd make it better.
Exactly.
You were telling me what you were already doing.
Is that the way?
Yeah.
We have two
All
more.
right.
Two more.
Two more? Okay. Zeph and then Michael.
My question's for Centriole. When you were talking about cells being able to move, you know, you brought up cilia and you brought up flagellum and you said that you had something to do with that. But what about pseudopods? Do you have anything to do with pseudopods, or because I mean?
No, I do not believe that I have any function in a pseudopod.
So a cell can move without you.
Can, yes, but some of the most common methods involve me.
This is for both of you actually. What qualities of your organelles do you believe makes you the best candidate for presidency if all you do is divide?
Well, if a cell is unable to divide, it won't be able to reproduce anymore, and it kind of just dies off. So all the cells would just die if it wasn't for us. They wouldn't be
How
able
does
to
that
divide.
affect how you would be a president? How does that affect your ability to lead?
Well, I help lead by making sure everyone's stuck together, all the chromosomes have a pair, and able to move on.
Can I answer Michael's question first?
Oh, yeah, you're working.
So with cell division, as I said in my speech, divide and conquer. You make more, you separate into two cells or multiple cells, and then you have enough to do just about anything that anyone could wish.
If you're saying divide and conquer, does that mean that you're planning on bringing us to war?
Well, if war does arise, then we would have enough to sufficiently defend ourselves. Yes, Mr. Beasley?
Because the house divided among itself, not staying.
But when most organisms, us for example, need more than one cell. So they're important because they make sure that we have.
Yeah, I understand that. I'm asking how does that affect their ability to lead though?
It really does not have anything to do with ability to lead. It is more of a personality trait. Any other questions?